Used car prices are collapsing, and they are being led by no other Pied Piper than the Cybertruck itself. Yes, once hyped as the indestructible truck of the future, the sci-fi pickup is now leading a massive plunge in used Tesla values as the company grapples with the fallout of its CEO's politics. Or, hear me out, maybe these guys are lying for clicks. I'm Brian. Welcome to Future Ozza. Joined as usual by my good buddy Mark, who, like myself, has a distaste for BS.
That was quite a lot of negative spewed in your opening there, Brian. That was like, man, it's doom and gloom.
Word for word from the article. And so it's not me being a negative Nancy. Now, I don't know what the food rules are in Canada, but in the U.S., the USDA has a permissible amount of animal dung that you can have in of any given food product. I think this exceeds the limit by a healthy margin or an unhealthy one. Let's look at the article, shall we? This, oh boy, is this terrible. We're looking at it right here, word for word from the intro. Oh, a picture of it. It's a good-looking toaster. The Tesla Cybertruck was supposed to be the future and unveiled in a now infamous 2019 event where it's supposedly bulletproof. No, they weren't.
Nope.
No, they weren't. That's
the windows were not bulletproof.
Never. I've seen bulletproof Cybertruck windows. They were on display at the X Takeover. I got to interview the people who made the truck. They do that. That's what they do, is up armor vehicles. The windows shattered on stage with its polarizing stainless steel design hyped as indestructible. Nope. I don't remember that part either. That would disrupt the lucrative truck market. Kind of has.
Maybe.
Yeah. Today, that future looks like a commercial flop. Prices for used Cybertruck are in freefall. So let's just stop there. Mark, how much is a Cybertruck right now, new?
One version is 70,000 and the other version is 90,000, I believe.
So it's 70, 80, and 100. So it's 1, 2, 3 motor, 70, 80, 100. Most common is the dual motor, the $80,000 version. So if it's $80,000 and it qualifies, which it does until the end of next month, how much does it actually cost?
Well, that would be those prices minus $7,500.
Yeah, so $72,500. Used prices have collapsed though, Mark. How much? How low can you get a dual motor Cybertruck for today? What would you guess?
I'm going to say 75,000 will be the lowest.
Well, let's take a look. I went ahead and we got 144 matches here. I went nationwide. Ignore the Portland part. This is a nationwide search. And I went lowest first. This one, 58, unusually low. 67.
Okay.
But here we go, 70. The normal starting price is 70. So this is a $2,500 discount from what you could get a new one for with 22,000 miles on it. 70, 71, 71 and a half, 71 and a half. The most common price is 71-ish, 72-ish. Yeah, we're getting in the 72 range. This has got 14,000 miles on it, and it's only $500 off.
Yeah, when you consider the federal credit, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
well, and you have to because
that's what a new vehicle is. Yeah, exactly.
No one's going to pay. I don't care if you paid $100 for it. I care what I can buy one for today.
Yeah.
And which would you rather have, a low VIN number one for 72 or a much newer one for $500 more?
I would take the newer one, hands down.
Every time, 100 times out of 100.
Yep.
Well, let's go back to Gizmodo here and let's see what they're saying. According to new data from Auto Marketplace Car Gurus, the average price of a used Cybertruck has plunged a staggering 30% in the last year, hovering around 84. So the average is 84. What they're saying is a year ago, if you could get a secondhand Cybertruck, they were marked up beyond the full price.
Yes, they were.
That's what's the dizzying drop for what was once the most anticipated. Well, by once the most anticipated vehicle, do you mean 1 year ago today? Because that sounds about right. This is a major blow for Musk. I'm going to tell you, this article majorly blows. So I think they're qualified to discuss that. This mirrors its disastrous performance in the new market. In the second quarter, they only sold 4,000 of them, which I will agree is not good. A 50.8% decrease compared to the same period in 24. I think this number is reasonably accurate. Even if it's quite a bit higher, it's definitely not selling as well as it was anticipated.
Yeah, it's not, and that is the truth of this article is that the new sales of the Cybertruck have been greatly diminished. It's not selling like it would or had, and it's not selling what they expected. But you and I both know the reasons why it's not selling for what we would expect it to sell.
I expected much higher volumes. So there, in my view, are two things, and really only two things, negatively impacting sales. The price is, as they say, too damn high. It was supposed to be 40,000. I saw a guy, it's supposed to be 30. No, it's 40. It was 39,990, 40. With inflation, that's a hair over 50. So 50 would be reasonable. If they could hit 50, I think they would sell a lot more. And the second reason, gosh, what is it again? It's the unwanted attention.
Yeah. It's it is a signature vehicle. You will be noticed when you drive it, for good or for bad. And there's baggage that comes with the vehicle, and it's known as Elon's vehicle, and that's what you're driving.
It's very closely tethered to one of the most polarizing figures alive today. That's not ideal. The Cybertruck's failure is the leading edge of a much larger problem. The same car guru's data revealed that used Tesla prices of a whole have now plummeted below the average for the entire U.S. car market. What?
Well.
What? Does that mean I should buy some? The average price for all used vehicles was $28,000. Where are you getting that? The average price for all used vehicles was $28,000. That doesn't sound scientific. The average U.S. price of a used Tesla was just $27,000.
Oh, what? So $200 less.
Yes.
Big deal.
204, Mark. But what is this number? Where are you getting this number? I get this number. I don't know where you get. Is this just ones on your site? I don't believe the average U.S. used car price is this much. I think it's much lower. And this for used Tesla, maybe. I mean, I don't really think so, because that would take a whole lot of $16,000 to $18,000 cars to offset the $50,000 to $70,000 cars. But maybe, I guess. This is a shocking development for a brand that always has commanded a premium price, especially since the market average includes budget cars. Fun fact, Model 3 kind of is a budget car. It shows a fundamental imbalance. What this article does, a growing number of owners are looking to offload their Teslas, but fewer buyers are willing to step in, and hear me out, the fleet is aging. And as the fleet ages, the average price will continue to go down. If you were to look at today's average of all used Mercedes prices, it would include some 1986 190Es, right?
That's
that
right.
Sold for $58 and was a bad deal still. So, come on. Damage is brand wide. Average Model S is down 23% over a year over year. Model X is down almost 16%, which is to say not down very much, considering the new ones are no longer the new hotness and the old ones are even older non-new hotness. So, yeah, what happened? What happened? You know what happened.
There it is, the Musk factor.
Well, I think the first honest thing they've said is the answer lies. Yeah. Yeah. So that's ridiculous. I am the first to admit that there is a lot of negative vibes surrounding the Cybertruck. If it fit my needs and was in my budget, that would still make me hesitate to get one.
Yeah. Imagine if you were running a business and you wanted to have a truck that was good on fuel. So you get an electric truck. You look at the Cybertruck and go, it's divisional. There's a lot of people that are upset about it. There's a lot of people that don't like the owner. Mm-hmm. Am I going to start a business and try to promote my business by tying it to that type of an anchor issue that I have no control over, and it could negatively impact the business I'm trying to push out? Most people
Exactly.
will not fight that fight.
That's why I finally scraped the political sticker off my car. No, apparently Michael Dukakis is not coming back to run again, and it seemed dated. I don't even remember who he ran with, so I couldn't finish the joke. It was a while ago. It was a while ago. Yeah. So I guess what that means is that it is about that time for us to. So this is the part of the show where we discuss the comments that you had from last week. And of course, because last week was not clickbait, we went with explosion. Okay.
Great title.
It is not what I would have gone with, but the editor does his thing, and he does it well. We were talking about the $2.7 billion deal to provide power. And don't forget, liking videos doesn't cost you a fig. So let's just get into it. Yeah. Okay. Getting a little behind in the seat analysis.
Getting a little behind in the seat analysis. Is that a dad joke mixed in with a comment?
I'm not sure. Thoughts of AI5 is what I use to quell my lust for the Juniper Y, knowing that if I just wait until I finish paying off my car, my Pearl, my 23 Hardware 4 Model Y, I'll be in a better position financially to move up to an AI5 or 6. Yeah, could Tesla be Osborning themselves by dangling these new processors out there?
I don't think the processors are going to hurt them because, of course, that march continues regardless. Every time you looking to buy a car or jump in the pool, it's something that is always out there on the horizon. Everybody knows that they're upgrading things. Like, it just doesn't stop that way. It depends on what you want to do with your time and money. Is this the time to do it? If it is, you do it. Because it makes sense at that time. You cannot sit on the sidelines forever hoping for a new processor or a new car or a new feature. Some people do a little bit of that, but I don't think they do it for processors.
I would agree. In the 90s, people would ask me, and I assume ask you, should I buy a computer now or wait? Because I hear a new one's coming out. And the answer
is... they were right. There was a new one coming out, yes.
I had a friend who was like, ooh, we got the new whatever 6. And no joke, a month later, the 7 is out. He's like, I should have got the 7. Buddy, do you need a computer? Then get one. You cannot wait. It is moving that quickly. Now, today, if someone said, should I wait to get the next? I'd say, no, just get one. It's fine. Things aren't changing as quickly as they used to. We were going from very, very little power to significantly more no power. But now they're fine. If you want a faster computer, buy a faster computer and just know that it's going to be cheaper later. Yeah, same thing. Does Cuber need a new car? No, but he wants one. And the reality is the longer you wait past September, until September, you've got a discount you could get. After September, just get it whenever. Here in North Carolina, we have multiple solar farms. How many panels would you need to justify a megapack to stabilize the output for grid use? I know it's not a set number. There are multiple factors involved. I'm just curious what the factors are and what some of the calculations are.
Well, that's a question for a power company, but I would say that there are certain configurations where, not based on the solar amount completely, but wind in the area. Or the other option is to supplement the grid itself by, you collect some solar, you collect some wind, you put it into the power, but you also have a reserve that you could take from the power at night or from neighboring states and save it until the prices go up and play the market a bit with the power, because prices fluctuate often.
Absolutely. What I would say is, what is the size of your connection to the grid? If your connection is too small for the number of solar panels you have, as in it cannot accept the peak output of the solar farm, you need a megapack. So that you would load up the megapack, continuously output a set amount, charge up the battery through the peak of the day, and then continue discharging it into the night to reset for tomorrow. But I think it would probably be more cost effective to just get a bigger connection to the street, unless there is some kind of reason that you can't do that for time. Why was Dojo canceled?
Dojo became irrelevant based on the modifications coming out with AI 6. So Elon knew the Dojo program. He knew the next phase of Dojo, and those were starting to align and be surpassed with what they were planning on doing with AI 6. So it became a question of we're not following that plan any longer because we basically come to a ceiling when it comes to Dojo. So why would we continue if we can amalgamate them and continue with AI 6 and look for AI 7 and 8 in the future as well? That just makes more sense. You have to be able to modify the plan as new elements come into play. And I think that's what's happened here.
I'm going to agree with you. I think that it's a valuable thing if a company can pivot, can recognize that you can't bring everything in-house. You can try, and some things, it's just not cost effective. Ford tried to bring rubber production in-house, did not work. They went back to outsourced rubber. It's just how it goes sometimes. And it's better to recognize that it's not working now than to continue. I would have liked to have seen them sell the design rather than give it up. But hey, here we are. Will Hardware 3 run supervised FSD that will be available end of this year? I'm going to say
no.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. I am still deeply skeptical of unsupervised in 2025, but if it happens, not only will it be 11 p.m. on the 31st of December, but it will only be, it might not even be for everybody. It might be for a handful of cars in a handful of locations, but even when it goes wide, I think it will go wide to hardware 4 first.
Yeah.
The limiting fact about batteries is that every large city can't just put in 1 million megapacks to take care of everything. What does that mean? What if they could? Imagine all the people. Now Doug is a regular, so he's got some cheekiness here, but we don't need 1 million megapacks if the state has 1 million cars. Because if we can do vehicle to grid, we're shipping thousands and thousands of megawatts all the time.
Yeah.
It's something we need to do.
And we discussed that with the story last week with Jeff Don, did we not? That was something that he has been championing, is this vehicle to grid, vehicle to home, second use batteries. Makes all sense.
I think that maybe the video we're talking about. It's just tough. It's just tough to know. No, I guess that's the other one. Yeah, you're right. The thumbnails. They're very confusing. I know. Believe me, I get it. I use very descriptive titles on all my Patreon exclusives, and I'd say only about a quarter of my patrons watch them. But hey, I love your answers from last week's questions. Oh, and then a question mark so that we would read it. Well played. Well played, Risen Liz. Well played. Will we be able to upgrade our hardware 4 to 6? Plug and play? $1,000 upgrade would just be like getting a new iPhone.
It would be, but I really don't think that Tesla is aiming that way. I think there are hurdles they have to overcome in order to make those hardware jumps, and some of that hurdle is not just a plug and play board.
Mm-hmm. It would certainly be something that would not be user serviceable, but Elon has said that they're trying to make it upgradable. And I don't think 1,000 is an unrealistic expectation, especially if it's adding utility for Tesla's benefit. So possible, unlikely. Any chance Tesla would enable unsupervised on highway only first? Doesn't seem like their style to me.
No, it doesn't seem like a partial. Again, if we see what's happening with robotaxi currently, it's all or nothing.
I agree. Now, can you guess what this means?
It's cool tomorrow. No, I don't know.
It's backwards. Mandatory comment week. But this wants to translate it to English. So let's find out what mandatory comment week backwards changes to. It's your favorite. You're rotten, ma'am.
Oh man,
Ooh,
Kevin.
Thank you, Jujol, for the good work. That's great. So, guys, we answer the top comments. Get your questions in. What did we miss? What did we misunderstand? Hey, do me a favor. Head over to Mark's channel. Find out what he's up to. The Tesla Life is a great show. And not only are Patrick, Casey, and Mark a lot of fun, but Patrick from that very show on Wednesdays live at 4 p.m. Eastern Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Patrick's going to be joining us at the Oregon Electric Vehicle Association Ride and Drive event on September 13th, I'm pretty sure. Thereabouts, oeva.org. You can find him there, but head over to the Tesla Life, link in the description. Find out what he's doing, because frankly, I don't know, and I'm starting to get concerned. Everybody else, smack thumbs, like, subscribe, do all those things. Please subscribe for all that is holy. I beg of you, just subscribe and stay tuned, stay juicy, and I can't wait to hear from you clever robots when I trick Mark into coming back.
Oh.